So, helping me with the build today is my lovely Bernese mountain dog. She is overseeing what I'm doing, and I think she is basically making sure I do a good job, aren't you? You good girl. So, going and talking about the vivarium. Now, as you can see, this is the container I've got at the moment. This is going to be the water dragon's little pond area. And with how much water they need, I think, especially, I mean, as you can see, I've got quite a bit of room. I've got roughly maybe about just under 2 foot left, I think it is. Now, in regards to how much water they do need a decent amount of water. I know this looks really ugly at the minute, being just a plastic container, but as you can see with the cork I've got inside, I'm going to basically surround this water container, so it will basically in the end look like a natural kind of pond area. At the minute, with all the starting product, it does look a bit ugly. Up here, obviously you can see where the lights are now. Up the top, where this is where the runner was for the glass. Now, unfortunately, when I got the vivarium, the glass didn't fit. The chap who made the vivarium, I think he just, got the glass cut the wrong size. Everyone makes mistakes. So what I've had to do is, where the runner goes all the way across, I've had to, as you can see, remove it. So to get the glass in, I've had to remove the runner to then slot the glass into the bottom runners, and then I slot the runner on top of the glass, push the glass back, and then when I put the runner up, obviously I'll have all silicone go on the top of the runner, and then when the glass is in place, it'll stick up to the top and it'll be just like how it was. That's the only way I've had to get around that. That's, one of those things. Lucky enough, it didn't really damage it. It did a little bit of pulled off a bit of the sort of finish there, but it's not the end of the world. You won't see that anyway. Plus, it won't get water damaged, because all the way along there I'll just put in some silicone in there to then definitely preserve it, just to make sure it doesn't get any water underneath. Because if, for instance, the humidity in here is pretty strong, which it'll have to be, and it does get damaged over the time, that silicone is definitely going to stop any damp getting into this wood and ruining it quicker. The silicone that I'm actually talking about is this CT1. I have never used it before. I did do a lot of research into it, and you can actually use this for pretty much anything. What I have found, and another reason why I did buy it, is it actually doesn't smell. It is odorless, which is perfect for this kind of vivarium, because the last thing you want is to have a sealant and you put it in and it stinks the vivarium out, because normally the ones that really do stink are, well, kind of what people would say is like a toxic one. As you can see, 100% eco as well. This is what I'm going to be using to complete where the chap who made the vivarium, as you can see, he only went up halfway. I don't quite know why he stopped halfway, because I did ask him to do the whole vivarium. Now, I know a lot of people think, oh, you don't need to go any further than halfway. But personally, I think you do, because with humidity and wood, it's always going to be a bad combination. So I bought some just because I thought perhaps I might need to do this. I didn't think I'd have to do so much. But it's not the end of the world. It is, it is what it is. I just got to carry that on. So I'll just do right up to the top. in here I've actually got some rubber end caps that will cover this over, but what I'm actually going to do, and I would recommend to any of you if you're doing it as well, is to still put like a nice sort of blob of silicone all the way around, smooth it out so it covers all this wood. And then if you have got a rubber end cap like I've got, you put it over. Obviously you poke these through, these wires have got to go through the end cap yet. I haven't done that, this is all for testing. And then you won't see any of the silicone, no humidity, really should get this high with the heat anyway, but no humidity, if it does come up here, will damage any of this wood and ruin the vivarium quicker. Again, as you can see here, this one, I don't quite know what happened here when he was cutting these out or drilling them out. I mean, this one's quite good. This one got damage, as you can see there. Lucky enough it's pretty damn high, but I'm probably gonna have to put some silicone in here. I'll probably put some brown silicone, cover it in a little bit. The end cap doesn't quite cover it all, but I'll probably put some silicone there just to stop any humidity to get in there. Up on this one, I'm really not quite sure what happened. I think he went a little bit too close, obviously, and just took a chunk out, because as you can see, that one is a lot harder than the rest. It's a genuine mistake. It's not the end of the world. When I put the rubber end cap in, it doesn't cover this bit, so that really is actually a bit of a disappointment. So no humidity will damage this because it's all covered, but I will be putting silicone all around this bit, and obviously that bit, to then preserve it. Now, so with the build today, I'm going to be, well, as you can see, I've put the pollen liner in. Now, not everybody has to do this. I have chosen to put the pollen liner in just for extra security, just in case anything happens to this water container. You know, things happen, in case it sort of sprung a leak. So I've put the pollen liner in. What I'm planning on doing with the pollen liner is basically you won't see it hanging up like this. It won't look like that. I'm going to be having wood go all the way across like that, and this pollen liner will then sort of go over it like that. So basically go over it like that, and then the pollen liner will fold over, and then I'll screw through this into the wood, and then I will be putting sealant all around the top so no water can drip down in behind, because as you know, with a tank that is going to have humidity in it, I could have water up here, I could have water dripping down, and the last thing I want it to do is all pile up down the bottom, which it won't, because I'll have moss everywhere anyway. But it's just for added security. You know, if you want to do it, then by all means you can copy exactly what I've done. If you really don't think you need it, then don't put it in. Just make sure you put, you know, sealant everywhere. As you can see, there's a gap there, so I need to cover that in. There's a couple of gaps that the chap did when he was making the vivarium, but I've got some sealant so I can put all that in. Plus, he didn't go all the way across here, so I'm going to do that as well, because obviously if the water drips down, it could get into here and it could go in behind. So I will be putting some sealant in there as well. Now, getting back to the water container, as you can see, I've got my cork. I've cut all this. You can get this cork on, well, in a lot of reptile shops. I actually got this on eBay because it come from a reptile shop, but most of the ones I've seen on the internet, in shops, was not quite as big. This one was 600mm wide by 900mm in length, which was perfect, really, because my idea right from the start was to cut the cork and then have it come around the water container and make it look like kind of like a natural pond area. Have some moss around all the sides, on the edges, have some plants growing in the corners, make it just look a bit natural. Now, as I was saying in my intro, I would do like a review on some of the products I've had. So these are the two products I've bought for the water. Obviously you got your filter and your heater. Now, doing some research on the internet, I never really could find a positive answer if you really needed a heater or not. After looking into it, I kind of thought to myself, well, if the water doesn't, these are the two products I bought for the water container. As you can see, both have come from All Pond Solutions. Now, I bought this filter because I'm never gonna go up to 70 litres, especially yet. Anyway, by the way, I think that's just paint. Thought I'd just let you know that. I bought this because I like the fact it comes with a spray bar, because my idea is to get it to look like a bit like a natural waterfall. Sorry. Cover it in with like some plants, just make it look natural. It's supposed to be a very good filter as well. Like I said, up to 70 litres. I don't need that. You can get bigger ones. As you see there, that's the spray bar, how to assemble it. You get a filter with it, which is really good. And I read into the filter, the sponge, and it's supposed to basically help with if you've got water in your tank from a tap, so tap water. It's supposed to help also get rid of some of the chemicals in it. I think it's called a carbon active. Someone else might know more better than I do, but that's what I found out. So it's supposed to help. So you can just use tap water, and this filter will actually purify it a little more. Now, in the advert for this, it said that it has. It doesn't say it on here, but on the advert, it actually said it comes with a 2-meter cable. Now, that is the main reason I actually bought it, is because I needed 2 meters to obviously go right up to the top, and on the top is where I've got all my connections going into a socket. So I really did need the 2 meters, and upon getting it and taking it out, it's not actually 2 meters, so I was a bit disappointed with that. Yeah, it doesn't sound a lot, but it's actually 70 mil short, and that is quite a bit. Now, like I said, that was 70 mil. Doesn't sound a lot, but you're talking nearly 3 inches you've lost there of something that you've paid for. Not everyone's going to need it like I did, but that is another reason, like I said, why I bought it, was to get the 2 meters. So it's just one of those things. I did actually message them, and they said that they've never had this before. With them saying that, I had only just purchased that day another product from them, which is a heater. Now, I know this is a 100-watt heater, and I probably won't. Well, I know I won't need 100 watts worth, but the smaller ones, to make up for the size, for the liters worth of water I'm gonna have, they only came with a meter cable. So again, that just wasn't enough. So I purposely bought the 100-watt one, because it said that it comes with a 2 meters worth of cable, and all the rest come with a meter. And going back to what they said on this one, that it's always 2 meters, and they've never had this before. So I thought, oh yeah, it's just one of those things. I can just cut it and add on a bit of water. So I got this one, and again, it's not 2 meters. So I'm guessing it's not just because of that individual one, unless I'm really unlucky and I've had both where they've only ever been made with 70 mil off. But Now what I've got to do is I've got to cut the wire and extend it, which is fine with me. I don't mind doing that. But just a little heads up for anybody who decides to get these or anything from this company, that if they say it comes with a meter cable or it comes with 2 meters worth, odds are it probably isn't. So just take that into account if you're going to be really in a tight situation like I am. But if you don't want to cut and attach the cables and extend it, then obviously, just try and find another way around it. I don't mind having to do that. I bought in B&Q these basically for what I need to do. So like I said, I bought these, so one end can go obviously to the plug, and this end I can now extend the wire to the product. So to get over the fact that I've got to extend the wire, I bought these from B&Q. So what I can do is it's just like a normal plug socket really. You got your three cables go into here. So this end I have a longer wire now going into the plug, and then I'll have obviously this end will then be where the product plugs into, and then I can just extend it that way. That's the best way to get over it, I think. And of course I'm being safe, and rather than be sorry and have something that's actually going to do the job and not cause any kind of fire hazard or anything, just to be on the safe side. So getting back to the container, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be actually filling this up today. I'm going to have the filter running and the heater running to see how they operate. I've got to, as mentioned, cut those wires first so they'll fit in nice and flat in here before I start anything. And what I will be doing is so I've got my lights, my UV light all up now. I'm not obviously worried about the UV light because I know that's just going to be, sorry about that. I know that's going to be fine, and that's not giving out the heat. That's not the important bit. The important thing is today I'll be testing the basking spot. I'll have all the wood in here in a minute, and I'll fire up the thermostat so it will be starting to kick out all its heat, and I can test to make sure I've got everything in the right place to circulate enough heat in the basking spot and my hot area. And it's going to be nice and sort of cool this side, not too cold down here. I'm not sure how it's going to be yet. That's another reason why I'm doing the test today. I'll obviously have the water running as well, make sure there's no leaks. Another reason why I got the pond liner in now, just in case there is any leaks. I will talk a bit more about what I've done for the lighting in another video, and how you can set it up for yourselves like I have. Now I'll just say quickly, yes, I know these are white, they're not black or brown, so they do stick out, but it's all I have at the time, so I will be getting brown ones or black ones, so it won't look so bad. And yeah, I will go into a bit more depth about that in another video, and I'll update on how I get on with the humidity building up and the heat, and I will let you know in the next video. Thank you.